Hey everyone, it's Dave Foreman. My project was Roald Dahl and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm going to answer the question as his book and his original film stood the test of time. Here's my outline. Besides the book, I want to go over the differences between the book and the original movie, why I selected the topic, and then my sources. Has the book survived the test of time? In my humble opinion, absolutely yes. 50 years after the book is published, it's still very popular. Many kids, many adults have read this book. I still see it in classrooms. One of the reasons it's a classic is kids can relate to the characters. It teaches life lessons and reality in life, and it's also funny. More reasons this book is such a classic. There's 2 films made out of it. One of the first movies I saw was the original. I've seen a lot of elementary teachers when I sub still using the book in the classroom. The movie's still shown on TV, especially the original. I saw it just last month. There's a new Las Vegas movie or commercial out about the Golden Goose song with Veronica, the spoiled kid. They're going over their hotel. There's a lot of critical analysis on the book and the movies. It's still being written today. His work has been published in 58 different languages, one of the most popular children's authors ever. If you go to Google, there's over 6 million hits. When I go to the library on UNC, there's hundreds of different articles about the subject. And there's still a very popular musical that started in 2013. It's still playing and it's coming to Denver next month. One more point, it gives a lot of lifelong lessons we can all learn from. It's internationally popular, encourages kids to read. One example in Singapore, the teachers were trying to get the kids to read and none of them really liked it. The only book they really enjoyed was Charlie. Many educators are still writing about the work. It's controversial, but it's still a very popular topic. And it gives you a lot of lifelong lessons. Helped me in my life when I first saw the book. And it teaches, in my opinion, a lot of coping skills. I played some of the film clips from the original movie at an indoor recess last month. It was 2nd grade. The kids loved it. Here are some of the life lessons I think we can all learn from. We need to watch our diets. We need to have proper manners. Don't be spoiled. This is a pet peeve of mine. It still applies today. Don't get too much screen time. In the early 1960s, it was too much TV, and now it's too many video games. Learn how to cope with life. Try to do the right thing. In the end of the movie, the original, Charlie is rewarded. There's even an article I found on financial literacy and how this book teaches lessons to help you the rest of your life. Delayed gratification. I think we can all learn from this. Don't seek everything right away. The peer-reviewed articles I found, most of them were negative. My humble opinion, many of these scholars are trying to make money or advance their careers using Dahl's name because it is such a popular subject. I am biased. I don't agree with the assessments, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Dahl's been criticized, not only in this book, but as a racist. He thinks the original book, many of the critics said it was about consumerism. He's been accused of being a sexist. There's no female Oompa Loompas in the book or movie. Some people was saying the book's about colonialism and slavery because he brings the Oompa Loompas to help in his factory, but they didn't read the book very well. The Oompa Loompas about eating up in Oompa Loompa land, so Willy Wonka saved him. Also, some articles were saying the book's about drugs. Again, I disagree with this. And this is a quote from the book. Rudd, one of his harshest critics, is also one of his biggest supporters. It kind of goes both ways. He's made an academic career on the book and Dahl. In defense of Dahl, I think you have to be very reluctant to criticize him. He did not have the easiest of personal lives. He lost some relatives when he was very young. One of his younger daughters died. His first wife had a stroke. He served in World War II, very intense situations. He was a fighter pilot and a spy. By the way, he worked with Ian Fleming during the war and after the war, both as writers. In my opinion, as a veteran, I do believe he suffered from PTSD, although I'm not a doctor. And he's been criticized for being a ladies' man. He was in 4 different marriages. But again, though, I don't think that distracts from the popularity of his book. Dr. Solomon met Dahl in a hospital and learned that Dahl had done a lot to help people medically. He started the Stroke Association because his first wife had a stroke. He also was very smart. He invented a valve that helped kids with head injuries. And after his daughter died of severe measles, he supported vaccination. And that's in Dr. Solomon's book. The book versus the movie, one of the reasons I like the original movie so much is it, in my opinion, does follow the book almost to the T. What I liked about the movie, one of the first movies I saw, there's more color in there, obviously. You have the bubble machine scene. The Oompa Loompas are dressed a little bit differently than what you see in the pictures in the book. Wonka uses a flute to call the Oompas. The songs are a little bit different in the movie. The big difference is Slugworth offers bribes to the kids in the movie, and Wonka doesn't have a goatee in the movie like he does in the book. Also in the book, Charlie has a father. In the movie, you don't see this. But in both the book and the movie, Charlie's family is very poor. There's snow in the book. Slugworth, again, does not offer bribes to the kids in the book. The book is less politically correct. Quotes like "Gloop the pig" and Wonka to one of the moms, one of my favorite lines, "My dear old fish, go and boil your head," when the mom's complaining. 2 movies have been made about the book. I'm a big fan of the original movie. I refuse to view the second movie. To me, it's like watching someone else trying to paint the Mona Lisa. Why did I pick this topic? Well, I grew up with it. Again, it was one of the first movies I saw. And I remember in elementary school, my teacher read us this book. It was very popular, both the book and the movie, in the early 70s when I was growing up. And I'm a big fan of Ian Fleming, one of my favorite authors. Dahl and Fleming worked together on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Another reason I like the first movie, Dahl was a screenwriter. In the second movie, he wasn't alive. And I'm a big sarcastic person, and I got that from Willy Wonka. I think, again, childhood compared to when I was young in the 70s, now it's changed a lot, but we can still learn from these lessons. Who will benefit from this book? To me, it's the students. A lot of them could read it on their own or a little older. You could do a read aloud. I've shown the video clips during indoor recesses last month when it's snowing, and the kids loved it. And again, I think a lot of parents and teachers can use this to teach lifelong lessons. You might want to start your classroom expectations out with some of the clips. Like, for example, don't chew gum so much. And the bottom line with this book, it encourages kids to read because they love it so much. And you might also develop some lesson plans to help people with professional development. And I hope it's in every school's library. My next step as a substitute, usually in elementary schools, I need to get a copy of the book and do it and read alouds when we're stuck. Use it in indoor recess sometimes. Maybe the kids can dance with the Oompa Loompas and learn some lessons. I might write a book on this someday because for me personally, it was just such a positive experience when I was younger. And again, here's some suggestions what you can do with the book and the movie in your own classroom. Some people have already written some lesson plans on these topics. Finally, I just think the world would be a better place if everyone read the book. Millions have, but a lot of people have not read the book or seen the original movie. And we all need to act more like Charlie Bucket. That concludes my presentation. The rest of my slides are on my sources. And I hope you have a great day.